So that's the vibes Bull gave me yesterday. Not even that he was the craziest puncher, just how they reacting to his punches. It's looking like his shit was freaky.
No, yeah, he looks sharp as hell. Now, that's how I felt when I was watching him too. He was punching the shit out of bro. Obviously, he got him out of there in the second round. And then I'm like, bro, that's why I went to look for his highlights too, because I'm like, bro, he got to look at for real, because he be punching like that, like he could be a real threat up there for real, especially with the prospects coming up.
And it looked real. Like I said, that shit looked freakish a little bit. It looked freakish just because it's like his people. Like I said, it's like Triple G when Triple G was first coming up, when Anyway was first coming up. I wasn't all hyped that they was knocking people out. I was just like, why they opponents reacting to shots like that? Like it's like they body having delayed reactions out there, and that's what Bull was like. That Bull would get hurt a split second after he got hit every time. It's like that should be like boom, then he wobble. I'm like, yo, like his body is like late react. I'm like, yo, that shit kind of scary a little bit.
Probably thought he took it well, and then he like, oh shit. Then he got to adjust right back, because he thought he probably caught it. Even if he catch it on the glove, like you said, bro, punching. So he catch it on the glove. He like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Anything like that.
And that's how it was. It was just delayed reactions. He never reacted right then and there. He reacted a second later, and that actually more scary. It's like I said, it's like Anyway in Triple G when they was dropping people. A lot of people knocked people out, but it was just the opponent reactions. It was just different. And I ain't gonna lie, watching that John, say yo, like it looked like his power freaky a little bit.
No, he
like
punch.
he natural heavy hands. Like he don't gotta try to hit you hard. That shit's gonna naturally hit her.
Yep, that made him 12-0, 11 knockouts too.
And they was talking about him going into this fight. They was talking about him like, the kid with dynamite hands. That's my first time seeing him fight. So no, they were talking about, he the Canadian that got dynamite hands and everything, and he definitely looked like he got freakish type power.
No, he punching for sure. I mean, I don't know how good the other dude was, but it really didn't matter that night. That nigga was
hitting. He was good though. He was 28-3 with like 20 knockouts.
Okay, yeah. So he fought a dude probably on the same, at least we thought was the same level as him.
Yeah, and definitely.
Yeah, he went out there and fried, bro. From the get go though, like you said, everything had mean intentions, bro. Like he was trying to get him out of there. He had bro just curling up for real, this high guard trying to protect himself.
Oh bullshit. I'm trying. Jahad Tucker looked at It'd be the same thing with Jahad Tucker. Honestly, he a guy. Mind you, the way Jahad slip punches is the funnest to see. He make people miss. Like it's more impressive than almost anybody when I'm watching him, because he's always flowing so crazy. I just be like, damn, I wish I could make a nigga miss like that. Like, even more than people who got better defense, how they make people miss. It don't be as stylish as when he make you miss.
Yeah,
like, he damn near rolling and doing at all times. It'd be crazy. But yeah, he got the same problem. He looked it good. Don't get me wrong. His body definitely falling into 160. I don't think he punching at this weight class though. That's my whole thing. I don't think he could get the respect. I think at 47 he was a mean puncher. Like he was a legit one punch knockout artist. Like he could have been a legit one punch knockout artist at 147 because he do got heavy hands. But yeah, at 160, I don't know if he's gonna keep them guys up off him. Skill wise, he there though. But I don't know if he focused as guys who's gonna be as talented than him. And is he gonna hit as hard? Mind you, don't gotta be, because you got guys like Troy Isley and shit.
Right, that ain't punching like that, but still, yeah.
But Troy Isley make up for it and basically like focus and discipline and the game plan. Like I said, Jahad Tucker, it just seemed like he had too much fun in there. That's the only way I could honestly explain it to you without saying a bunch of words to you. Is he had too much fun in there. And I feel like if he came out focused every night, he'll look scary. Like if he came out as focused as Abdullah Mason every night, he will almost look as impressive as Abdullah Mason or as impressive as Keyshawn or Shushu if he came out with that mindset. But he come out ready to play from the first 10 seconds in. Like you ain't even do nothing. You're not even winning yet. Like you didn't even win the first round yet. You are already playing. So it's just like, I don't know. Like I said, the combination of having the talent and the dog is there, but I don't know if the focus is going to get him to that mountaintop. Like I said, it just seemed you supposed to have fun in there. That's what they tell you, but he just had too much fun.
No, I can feel that. Like you said, the last thing, that last episode, I was kind of like, I still feel like he's talented, but just the momentum for me slowed down, man. As far as me thinking he can climb up, especially with him moving up in weight, he went from 47 to 54 quick to
Right.
54 to 60. Now we starting to see the weight a little, it's a little bit of a challenge. Like you said, he just can't keep them guys up off him. They gonna press you the whole time. But again, he do got the talent to move and slip and get out the way. But it's just like you said, is he focused enough? He be in there playing, catching shots that he don't need to catch, shit like that.
Where, yeah, and like I said, that got something to do with it too. Even just missing him having his hands down, he just gotta get full. He just gotta get focused, and it makes sense because his trainer is his dad, and they had the training audio and what's the name. And I don't know, it's not like I don't know, it's not my type of training. It just was different, and it made a whole bunch of sense on why Jahad how he is, because it's like his dad's like he training, he doing a good training job, but it's certain shit they do as a trainer that's different. Like he just encouraging him, but on some confident shit where it's like, oh, all right, that's why you act like that because your dad like that, and it's like his dad to say shit like, yeah, best jab in the game, or just be piping him up, and it'd be more piping up instead of instructions. Where honestly, I don't feel like he doing the best work. And his dad would be like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You the best in the world. And it's like, no, he not performing like he the best in the world right now. And it's just like I said, it makes sense why he that confident. I think they got to add somebody to the team that's a little bit more focused. He almost was like I said, he almost was talking to him. So like he almost was coaching like as if you was coaching your right hand man. Like you'll be in the corner, like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Shit like that. Like, and it's just it wasn't giving coach. And like I was watching that and I said, yo, it makes sense because he fight like that. He fight like he played too much. And it's almost like your homie in the corner coaching you, but it's your dad. But that's just y'all relationship. But I feel like coaching fighter, maybe he gotta get a little more focused.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. That he like you said, he just kind of boosts his confidence instead of actual criticism. Like, okay, now that shit's straight, but you need to be doing, you know
Yeah,
what I mean? Or you even telling him like you might be you getting whooped this round, you losing this round, or any shit like that. He don't be saying shit like that.
bullshit. Like the good part I like it is they talk to each other. They literally talking to each other. Jahar really I throw something. You seen that dad? His dad'd be like, yeah. Like they literally talking as it what's name. So that's the good part, the fact that you can actually hear your trainer. So that means you can listen to him. But it's like I said, sometimes it's almost giving off like if I was in your corner and you fighting, yeah, if I'm in your corner and you really in a boxing match, yeah, I'm gonna give you instructions, but you my man's at the end of the day, so I might get caught up and be like, yeah, bro, get fuck him up. The whole time I was give you an instruction real quick, but I'm sometimes getting too much in my moment. That's how it is. It's looking like, and it just looked at different. I just never seen no trainer be acting. Even dads, I never even seen dads be acting like that too much. Because even you got somebody like Tio dad, he get on his ass. Like nobody agree with how he do stuff, but he get mad at Tio, and we get mad at how he get mad because he'll get mad and be like, yo, fuck is you doing? Figure that shit out. We don't like that. But we like that you got mad. You know that T.O. in there on some bullshit. So you asking him, are you okay? Like, what you doing? That's
Okay.
cool. Like I like that. It's just give him instructions after. That's the only thing I don't like. But yeah, like I said, it was like friend vibes. It was like friend vibes where your parent not supposed to be your friend. But like I said, it was just off of what I was seeing.
No, yeah, I feel that. Again, I ain't see the fight, so I can't really give my too much criticism on him in the fight. But I did see the highlights, and just based off what I saw, he like you said, he did some good work, a lot of slipping counters, shit like that. But again, like I said, man, I just need to see him. I just think this 160 division gonna be real tough, especially with the prospects there now and the guys that's gonna be moving up to there from 54. Um,
Especially at like I said at 40, even in the weight, bro. And honestly, I thought he was gonna be better than Brian Norman. And at this point in his stage, I seen remember when we first fought, he was 17. He's 21 now. What I've seen as a 17-year-old, I ain't gonna lie. Where Brian Norman at, I thought that was gonna be Jihad. Where like Mario Barrios and Stan Jonas, I thought that was gonna be Jihad. Because when I first seen, like I said, he was real promising. And the fact that at 47, he had real life one punch ability to knock you out like this in any moment. Because he was a big 47 and he was an athletic, strong kid. Now, like I said, now I'm not sure because he has 60, so he can't just put them guys out at what's name. Even 54, he should have tried harder to stay there. But I was thinking maybe it's a business thing. Maybe they felt like 60 is easier. But honestly, by the time he ready for the title shots at 60, all them guys at 54 are gonna be 60 pounders. So it's like I don't even know if 60 easier because by the time you ready, let's just say everything was to go right, you probably be fighting for a world title in like 26, 2027. All them guys at 54 probably gonna be there by 2027. They're probably gonna be all 60 pounders by then. Virgil, Tim Zoo, everybody, they all gonna be 60 pounders in 24 months.
Yeah, no cap. That's what I'm saying, man. And then just plus the guys that's just there. You got Troy, you got Elijah Garcia, you got Tyrone Davis, who just beat Elijah Garcia. He looked sharp that night. You got it's just a lot of guys at 60 still that's coming up at 60. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be there when he's ready.
Like I said, his way I think he should get the opponent that Trey Isley just beat.
Oh yeah, the one that I know you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
His
Javier Hernandez.
He should get him. And like I said, he looked good though in terms of the how he slip punches. Like I said, is a look cooler even than people who's way better defensively than him. It look way cooler because how he doing it, it's just way more flashier, just way more pizzazz on it. Like if I had to pick a nigga to slip punches like on the highlight tape, I wouldn't want to make a nigga miss how Shakur wins on the highlight tape. I would want to make people miss how Jahad Tucker make niggas miss on the highlight tape. If I was about to show my man's the jaw, I don't want to show you like how Shakur make niggas miss. How Jahad make you miss, that should be super cool sometimes. It be looking dangerous, but I'd be like, I'd be like, damn, like your head movement crazy, but it gotta be because you got your hands down the whole time. That shit better be crazy. Then you got Abdullah Mason, man. I mean, I don't really know what else you can say about the kid.
I mean, he went out there and did what he's supposed to do again. Second round KO, made it look easy. I mean, now it's like, what do you do now, man? You got to give him somebody that's a real, you know. And I mean, they keep thinking these guys are real live bodies. I mean, they did think this guy was, you know, gonna be
I don't know. I think they be just making it look good for us.
That could be true. That could be true. Good record.
Like it's people out here. I seen it. I seen who Keyshawn fight. You telling me you can't give him a fight like how y'all be matching Keyshawn? Keyshawn got matched up every time we seen him fight on Tyrant with real niggas.
Fact.
You could give him one of those people by now. Like he's still getting matched up with people that's not that. Like I said, give him somebody who punch hard. I don't even care about the record. Just give me somebody who punch hard. I just got it. Like I said, certain steps. And like I said, he did the interview after the fight. He said he want to be world champion in 2025. And I ain't got no doubt about that he is going to be world champion because I ain't got nobody beating him. So, I ain't going to lie. Like I said, bro, that style is crazy. Like, the style is looking like it'd beat any style in boxing. Only person that really make you second guess it in a way is two people just because they at that level. But honestly, Shakur style versus Abdullah style, that's not good for Shakur. I'm just going to be real. Tank style good for anybody just because he got the equalizer. But to be honest, to win rounds, you're gonna be down 5-0 easy if you're gonna throw 33 punches around. You're gonna lose every round easy with Abdullah Mason. That shit too crispy, too nice, too sharp.
He's swinging. He's not gonna stop like throwing his hands, bro. It's sharp too.
I was just about to say that, and it's sharp. It's not even just most of the niggas who just attack and tank. That shit not coming like how Mason shit coming.
It ain't just gonna be hands getting thrown at you, you know, hoping I can, you know, land some and win these rounds. Them bitches gonna be calculated and they're gonna land. You know what I mean? But that, you know that's his tank thing too. But in that type of style.
But the only thing is though is most of them people who throwing punches, they not as defensively sound as Abdullah Mason. Abdullah Mason pay attention to defense after offense every time in there. Not one time do he let a combination go and just stay right there on the center line. If he stay right there on the center line, that means he about to come right here and try to look for something else. You know, the head movement, he be doing this shit. He never just going to sock you with a 5-piece and stay right where he just was at, throwing them 5 punches so you can get some. He going to go back to looking or he just going to get out the way. So that's another thing that make him good. Like I said, bro, I'm sold, bro. Like I said, I ain't feel this way since I seen David Benavidez fight. I seen Dave Venus fight 18, took a picture of his name, decided at that moment, I'm going to fuck who on the other side. I got him. And that's how I'm on Mason. I'm on the same type time with Mason. I don't give a fuck who on the other side. Shakur could be over there. Tank could be over there. All them niggas could be over there. I got Mason. So, and the fact that I feel confidence because none of them gonna fight him. So we good.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Yeah, with at least them two. So
no, he's chalk, bro. None of them big guys fighting him.
Nobody's there. That shit is over with.
They looking at him how Bud looking at Boost. Like, yeah, you got it, young boy. I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm not fighting you, bro. No point.
That's why I said I would work with Mason. If I was Shakur, one of them guys, I'm just gonna be honest. You're never getting this fight. You want to come to kid? I'm just gonna be honest with you. You want to come to kid? You never get this fight.
Not real shit though.
For what reason? Take 30. You could really tell young boy you never getting this shit. We 10 years. You never fight me, brother.
I'm never giving you this payday, my dog. You could be the next money man, though. You might as well come in camp, and you feel me?
That's the thing, though. I'm saying they're never fighting, but technically, if he's gonna be world champion in 2025, he'll be on the radar right away.
Yeah.
He's gonna be world champion in 25.
But 25, if it's happening in 25, they might not have a choice eventually.
Yeah, that's what he said he wanted to happen. But my whole thing is,
everybody wanted to happen like that. Yeah.
My whole thing is you probably don't give him a title shot before Keyshawn. So if you is giving him a title shot, you're gonna make him either fight Keyshawn Davis for the title, because I think Keyshawn will be world champion by the middle to beginning of 2025. Bob Arum said it in the cigar talk. Well, he ain't said it, but he said I was gonna give Shakur the Derevyanchenko fight. He said it was out of Shakur and Keyshawn. He said Shakur not here, so clearly. So that's reading between the lines. So that means clearly Keyshawn gonna get it, because he said it was out of them two who was gonna get that shot. So the fact that Keyshawn even had a chance to get it with Shakur there, the fact that Shakur not there, he's definitely getting that opportunity.
He get that. He should try Derevyanchenko. I ain't gonna lie.
Mind you, so now if you Keyshawn Davis, what you gonna want to do after you fire Derevyanchenko? You probably gonna want Loma. You probably gonna want Unify. Now you got all the belts on top rank stable. Who's gonna be the number one price? Who's gonna be the number one contender at 135 when you got two belts? He not getting no Tank fight, and the rest of them. Who else got the other belt? It's
Loma, Shakur, Derevyanchenko, and Tank.
Hey, this a fourth one though. Who got the fourth one?
That's what it is. Loma, Shakur, Derevyanchenko, and Tank.
I'm tripping. I forgot all about Shakur. Cool, cool. Mind you, Shakur and Tank not even in that stable. So now if you Bob Arum, who you giving Abdullah first? You're going to get Keyshawn first. You're going to go in your stable first before you go to Shakur and go to Tank to wherever they at. Or who knows? You might not like Shakur so much, you probably send him Abdullah Mason. Because I ain't going to lie, watching the Shakur interview, he turned down the extension after Yoshino. Now, when you turn down a contract, an extension, you usually get a tough fight. And then I was like, oh, all right, that makes sense why you fought Elwin De Los Santos. You was about to fight Frank Martin or Elwin De Los Santos your last fight on top rank because you turned down the extension. They was trying to really give a real nigga in there that Micah, on a bad day, Micah really do it. And I was in my head, like, when you get an extension, you usually get a tune-up. So you don't fuck, because you don't sign the extension. You sign it after this fight. They offer it to you before you go into that fight, so you sign it after. Unless you turn it down, then they already know you're not signing after. And that's why when he said, that's why I was about to either fight Frank or Edwin, because they was trying to get somebody who might could do it. And your man from Cigar Talk, he was catching on. Najee, he was catching on and was basically saying that makes sense. And I'm like, yo, I didn't think about it that good. That do make sense. It seemed that makes sense why you was about to fight one of them. They was trying to really get you somebody who might could do it.
Before you leave us, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You want to leave? Bet we're gonna get you a dog in here to see if we can get you an L before you take off.
We're right, because Badger, you're gonna be the favorite regardless. But the most I could do is get you somebody with real skills that, or the bad night they might get you.
Yeah, trying to ruin that nigga before you leave us.
And Edwin and Frank is those type of fighters. If an A fighter go in there and they not on their shit, Edwin and Frank could beat them niggas.
The vibe is crazy, man.
It makes sense though. That's the business of boxing, man. They make sense. Though, like, it'd be the funny part.
Like, you turned on our shit. Bet. All right. We got something for you then. You
Where
want to turn down our shit? We got something for you. If you off, nigga, this nigga's gonna fuck you up in here. No, that makes sense, bro.
mind you, getting to the main event, I feel like we was robbed of a great night. I feel like we was robbed because my man's shoulder blew out. And
Yeah,
like
Derevyanchenko. Yeah,
now, mind you, the reason I feel like we was robbed because Derevyanchenko boxed well for only 2 rounds out of the 10 rounds. Only 2 rounds. And he had one moment where he did his thing for about 15 seconds where he was just letting off and the Billy was just high guards taking all that shit. And I ain't gonna lie, just off of those 3 moments that I mentioned, I do believe if he was able to find even those little 3 moments, if he was able to find those with a fucked up shoulder, he definitely would have found about 7, 8 moments in that fight if his shoulder was right. So I feel like we was low key robbed of a great boxing night, just because he, like I said, that shoulder went out at the end of the second, so that shit was damn near the whole fight.
mm-hmm.
Still, like I said, it was only 3 more. He still found ways to not like look like a punching bag the whole time, but that's what he was for the most part. But like I said, if his other hand, he was fighting with one hand though. That's the whole thing. He still went the distance, and like I said, he still found 3 specific moments to look good in. So I just feel like if he definitely had his other hand, we would have had a great fight. I'm not saying he would have won, but we'd have had a great fight. And like I said, he probably the greatest fighter never won. Like I said, he had different 15-5. And if we being real, if the politics on his side, he's gonna win. Like Triple G, people felt like he won that fight anyway. If the politics on his side, he's gonna win. Mungia needed the knockdown. If he the A side, the knockdown won't matter. Just like we just seen with Ortiz, 2 knockdowns didn't matter. He's gonna win. That's another win. So that's another thing. He low key. That's why I said we was robbed of a great fight because he low key about as good. He's probably the greatest 15-5 fighter, 15-6 fighter you ever gonna find out there. And if the politics was on his side, he would have beat a lot of niggas. Only one person who beat him convincingly. That was Charlo. Everybody else, they got it was 50-50. Could have went either way, and it went to the A side. And if he was the A side, he'd have won all those fights. Like I said, Charlo probably the only person who would have beat him as the B side still probably. Everybody else would have lost. Adames, Triple G, and Jay Mungia, they all would have lost if what's name was the A side going into that fight.
No, bro, he was using his right hand like a motherfucker, bro, and that bitch was actually landing. I mean, obviously he couldn't do much. He didn't have his left hand, so he, like you said, for the most part, he was kind of sort of a punching bag, especially with Mbili style. He gonna try to make you look like that anyway. But I mean, he did what he could do with that right hand. That bitch was snapping. I seen him land that bitch a few times throughout the round. But I mean, just wasn't
Yeah,
much he could do, man.
that's what I meant though. The fact that, like I said, the fact that he had this young guy in his prime who fight like how he fight, he throw everything back into him. He always fighting at the whole make it fight the whole 3 minutes of a round. And he still went the distance and he still found moments to land one hand and still found moments to box good and here and there. I feel like we was robbed of a great fight. I feel like if he had his other hand, he would have eventually adjusted and he would have took Billy to some deep waters. He would have came on strong, I think, and it would have started how it would have started, first 3 rounds. But I think round like 4 to 7, 4 to 8, like shit would have got real spicy all on like a good fight type time, like how Virgil Ortiz and Baranchik was. But he never got a moment to get into that gear. And like I said, it was one round where he boxed good, he won that round, and I was like, oh, all right, dang, Loki boxed good after he fucked his arm up. I feel like if he had the other arm, though, we'd have definitely. I think Billy still would have won, but it just would have been a way better fight.
Yeah, no, Derevyanchenko gonna come to fight every time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he ain't never been stopped. You already said, just kind of comparing his resume, he should have won a bunch of them fights. So I mean, Derevyanchenko will come to scrap every time. He is 38 though, getting up there.
Yeah, that shit over now. Like I said,
Yeah,
he made the most money any 15-6 fighter is ever gonna make in their life. He fought Triple G, he fought Carlos Adames, he fought Charlo, he fought Mbili, fought Mugia. That's crazy paydays all right there. So like nobody's ever made no 15-6 fighters ever made 6 figures multiple occasions. He made 6 figures on multiple occasions. He fought on TV on multiple occasions. And like I said, he's probably the greatest fighter in our generation to never win a world championship. And like I said, going back to what I was saying, if the politics on his side, he's going to win like 3 world titles. And not even saying that he deserved to win those 50-50 fights. I'm just saying that sometimes the A sides get the fit. They get them every time, whether the A side deserve it or not. So he would have got him whether he deserved it or not. Even if he didn't deserve to win those 50-50 fights, him being the A side would have made him get the win. Just like the Ortiz.
I ain't gonna lie.
The Ortiz, like I said, that's a perfect example. The two knockdowns, it just didn't matter. Once you knocked him down twice, they decided you got to win. They decided Bull got to win 9 rounds now because they had Ortiz win 8 rounds out of 12 rounds, and it's 2 rounds that you can't argue. He didn't win 8 or 12 rounds, but because he the A side, any 50-50 round that was up in the air, you gave it to him. And it's cool. Like, I'm not mad at nobody for it. If it's 50-50, I'm giving it to the A side too. That's how I judge boxing too. It is what it is. Because, like I said, if you the B side, you got to whoop his ass. It is what it is. If it's 50-50, I'm going to
got
the A side. Like, that's why when I was judging, even if you watch the Rayo and Pitbull fight, I really thought it was like 9-3, 10-2. But I scored the 7-5 because I know how boxing works. They're not going to give you no 10 rounds. You're the B side. You're not for you to get 10 rounds to win a 9-3, 10-2, you have to be the A side. So they gave you any round they could give you, they would have gave you. You would have won 10 rounds. That was Shakur in there with his name, he'd have won 11-1. Because any round that was close, Shakur would have got. But since that was Rayo, any round was close, Pitbull got it. So in my head, I really had a 10-2, 9-3. But I know how boxing works. So I said, you either going to win a split decision or you're going to win 7-5 or you're going to get robbed. Either or. That's just how boxing works. And even though you beat him, I thought you beat him, you didn't whoop his ass. So I don't know how they feel out there.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they feel. If you a B-side, you're not whooping his ass, I don't know how they do it out there with the B-side. So that's why I still had a 7-5 or split decision. But in my head, he really won 9 rounds easy. But I just know you didn't whoop his ass for 9 straight rounds. So some of the rounds you're not going to get anyway. Even the rounds you probably should have got, you're not going to get them. Just like Derevyanchenko. Some of the rounds you probably should have got, you never was going to get him as the B-side. So if he in another world, like I said, he beat Triple G and he beat all of them except for Charlo. That's the only person who beat him for sure beat him. That's it.
You had that Triple G dub on your motherfucking resume. You out of here. You a different guy. You a different person.
Word. And that was actually the closest one. That's his closest. That's the closest. The Jamie Munguia and the Triple G John, that's the closest one. Munguia got the knockdown at the 12th to give it to him. So that's why even the Triple G, if I had to pick one, that's the closest fight right there. He's definitely winning that fight if he's the A side. Like, easy. He gonna win that fight 8-4 if he the A side in that fight.
He was cooking my nigga Triple G. Like, I gotta go back and watch that shit.
Not even that he was cooking him, just the fact that most people thought you won 7-5. So if you're the A side, and if most people thought the B side won, if the majority is on the B side for 7-5, that means if you was the A side, the judges would have gave you like 8-4, 9-3, easy. Because most of the judges gave you 5-6 rounds as a B side. So that means they almost couldn't. They almost tried to rob you, but you fought him so good they couldn't. So if you was the A side, you'd have definitely won.
No, I'm gonna have to go rewatch that bitch. See what my nigga was doing out there, man.
Yeah, he was. Come on, man. Now, mind you, that was old Triple G. So I give that to him. I mean, that's when he beat him. And remember, he fought Canelo for the 3rd time. So, and that was Triple G last run. Derevyanchenko fought Canelo, lost, and that was the last time we ever seen them. That's his last 2 fights, Derevyanchenko and Canelo. So, like I said, that's literally the end of Triple G. So I give Triple G that. I know in his prime, he'd have got Buddy up out of here, but he wasn't in his prime, and he probably got you that night. And the A side for sure gonna get you.
That boy Triple G, man, was a fucking proud. Niggas used to hear that nigga resume getting announced, nigga. Like, hold the fuck on, bro. Who am I fighting?
2 consecutive victories by knockout. Wait, who? 20 who?
Who am I fighting, dog?
You said he 22-0 or he got 22 wins in a row? What are you talking about? I didn't hear that.
No, Kev, you on the other side standing on that, bro. You like, what the fuck? You nervous than a motherfucker.
Who was?
No, overall, decent card, though. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
Who else? Yeah, that was it.
Guido.
Oh yeah, I'm fucked up. My fault, Guido.
Yeah,
I'm tripping, Guido. I caught another upset. This back to back show.
Guido,
Back to back cards where we just calling upsets.
bro. From the first bell, I knew bro was cooked. From the
I
first
ain't gonna lie.
bell,
Boy don't have no heart, and I ain't even gonna lie.
from the first bell.
I mean, when I say boy don't have heart, he don't have boxing heart. He don't have a high level of boxing heart. Cause I gotta be real specific about these things. Cause like every boxer got heart. They literally fight for a living. But in terms of boxers, like how when you say an NBA player ass, we mean compared to them. Like compared to the niggas in the league he's with, he's ass. And that's what it is when I'm saying he ain't got no heart. I ain't saying my heart bigger than his. I'm not talking about regular human heart. I'm talking about in that world, in that boxing world, your shit not that. Compared to most boxers at that level that you at, your shit not that. And I ain't gonna lie, Tim the one that made me see it because Tim was like, I just felt he lost the Kai Bad fight because he ain't had no heart. Like he ain't fight back when he started getting beat up. So I'm in my head like commentators, they could be, especially if you're a fighter. I'm like, y'all could be tough. Like these niggas be hard as shit. They beating us. We not letting them. We do got heart. They just tough. I ain't gonna lie. Watching this fight, I was like, you is just letting him beat you. Like you're not even just digging down. Like you just in there now.
Bro, I'm like, bro, he just in there. From the first bell, I knew he was cooked. I'm like, dog, he about to get beat up in here. From the first bell.
That shit was crazy.
No, Guido looked sharp though. Guido was lighting his ass up. Obviously, it was a style like made for him though. Brody was just running into everything. Word. So it was just that I was bound to close like he did. Shit, all he had to do was keep throwing that damn right hand.
Okay, and I ain't gonna lie, Guido, he jumped in the punches. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, another thing that Guido did that he didn't do with the Jabba is he tried to straight out outbox the Jabba. So when he was straight out outboxing him and he was hurting him too, he was moving a lot and he wasted a lot of energy. That's why he gassed out. In this fight, he outboxed him. But what's the name was trying to beat boy the fuck up. He wasn't moving the whole time. It was times he was leading as I'm the pressure guy now. Like it was times where he'll jump out. Like I said, he always bouncing on his feet. That's his style. But it's times where I'm like, oh, like you going for it. Like you want the knockout. Like you're not cool with a decision win. Like you trying to really stop him. And I feel like that's probably the difference on gassing out. The fact that when you was up 3-0, you ain't decide to just keep moving, circling around, keep trying outboxing. You start standing there and start beating his ass a little bit. And I'm like, well, why are you trying to get the stoppers? Like, you're not just cool with outboxing him.
No, Guido was in there looking sharp that night, man. He's looking good. Again, he do that jumping and shit. Like, when he throwing his combos, he will jump into the guy. But for his, to his defense, though, his opponent, he was basically clinching him up the whole time. You know what I mean? Just coming in, clinching him up.
And that's what I meant. That's what I meant by heart. And that's what, like I said, at first I thought Tim was being too hard on him when he said like he basically letting this guy beat him up. But watching that fight, it's like if you in there, if you're gonna decide to be in there, you gotta fight back. Only if you're gonna decide to be in there, you gotta fight back. Yeah, like only because you don't have to decide to be in there. You gonna fight another day.
Yeah, facts. Oh yeah, buddy. Yeah, that wasn't a good performance for me, man. Especially if you trying to get back to it after a loss. You know what I mean? That wasn't it for me.
It's like a ref. It's like a ref. When the ref say, "Show me something," or "I'm stopping it," that don't mean nigga start whooping his ass. That don't mean start winning. That mean nigga fight back. Duh. That's all that mean. That mean nigga you can still lose every round. You can still get your ass whooped. But that means you gotta fight back.
You need to fight this man.
I'm not telling you to win rounds. I'm not telling you to change this whole fight around. I'm telling you to stop letting the man throw 20 consecutive punches before one come out from you. That's what I'm telling you. I'm saying get your ass whooped, but fight back every here and there, bro. Because I'm not going to turn into a punching bag in here. I'm not going to not stop it. Like I said, refs do that a lot. And even before that eye, if his eye wasn't fucked up, they was going to let him be a punching bag. He only stopped it because he was getting beat up and you had the injury. But if he was just getting beat up without the injury, they would have let him be the punching bag for 10 rounds. And what's the name?
If his eye wasn't looking like that,
Yeah, they would have just let him be a punching bag. And like I said, that's what I'm not doing as a ref. I'm not letting you be in here just because you're not dying.
That's why they kept having the doctors look at his eye. Once they started closing, they really started closing and bleeding and shit. They having the doctor check that bitch in between rounds, all type of shit.
Word, cause that's basically, and that's how that fucking cut happened. Cause y'all let the nigga be in there just cause he not dying.